Hello everyone and welcome to a new Let's Play. Those sane members of you who have been, following me for a little while, at least for the last couple months, probably are wondering why in God's name are you starting a new Let's Play? You've got two other ones you haven't finished. I picked this game up yesterday, I think, and literally lost the whole day to it. I just got going on it, and it was absolutely tremendous. Very, 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 very fun, very addictive, and brand new. And I usually don't have the opportunity to do a game that is pretty brand new. So I wanted to jump on that and have a bit of fun with it. That being said, I have only played it for yesterday, so I don't intend this to be any sort of professional level playing of this game, or any sort of in-depth tutorial. I'm still figuring a lot of the stuff out in this as well, but I figured it would be a fun little thing to play this with you guys watching, if you cared to. Yeah, it's just a great little game, developed by one guy. It's on Steam right now for about 20 bucks. I would say very much worth the money. Basically, you are in control of a town of banished citizens. Depending on the difficulty, oops, that's not difficulty, difficulty level you set here, we'll say how many people you start with, how much stuff you start with, if you start with any buildings or whatever. For example, if we start on easy, the game begins with 6 families, a large amount of clothing, food, firewood, and building materials and tools are provided. Homes and storage areas have already been built, seeds for the field and orchard, as well as a herd of livestock, which is basically they give you a small, already running town. Medium, you begin with some amounts of some things, in a storage barn, and some seeds are available. So a lot more free build. And hard, you start with a couple of families, a very small amount of very, very basic necessities, and a cart. That's it. You don't have any buildings, you don't have anything. I've been playing on medium, so we're going to start there. Climate is fair. Disasters, these are your natural disasters like tornadoes and various other and sundry catastrophes. Train size medium. Small is probably good, but we're gonna go stick with medium here. Large is just fantastically huge. Like, you'd have to play for weeks to fill it all effectively. So we're gonna do that. And we got either a choice of valleys or mountains. Valleys tends to have more flat space. So we're going to go with that because that makes it easier to build. Mountains is a little bit more hard to kind of finagle your guys around places. Incidentally, I think this should be on the channel. Quill18 did a really good kind of playthrough of it. He goes a little bit quick for it to be a tutorial, but it's enough that you can kind of glean some of the information that you need to play the game effectively. So the last thing that remains is for us to pick a town name, and I actually really like auto-generators for names. I just kind of click through until I find one that sticks with me. So give me just a moment while that one's pretty good. Oh shoot, I lost it. I like that. Kinlocktowne. The Adventures of Kinlocktowne. Alright, so let's banish these particular individuals and get started with the game. Okay, so we're immediately going to pause here and have a look at our situation. Alright, so we've got a couple of things available. One, we've got a mountain down here, which is good. We've got a mountain there. We've got a lake. Actually, here, let's, Herbiter. There we go. Okay, so we've got rivers on this side. Okay, Okay, river, an actual river here. This river will provide means of trade with other places. We can build a trading post along this one of these riverbanks here. But that'll be much later on. Then we've got over here, we've got 2 lakes, 3 I guess if you count this weird looking one. And lakes are pretty decent for fishing. Fishing's kind of weird. It's a great way to get kind of some supplemental food, but it's, as you might suspect, its effectiveness is based on the amount of available water for the fishermen to hit. So putting a fisheria like here or something like that would not be nearly as effective as dumping it on this lake, but we do have the lake pretty readily available. I'm going to have to clear some trees, but we could dump a bunch of fishing things. Like one maybe here, one over here. So that's good. That's definitely positive. Herpeter, what else do we got? These here, the boulders, those are rocks you can gather. The chunkier looking boulders, that's actually surface iron, which you can also gather. And what our initial goal is going to be is to get the town somewhat set up in terms of just having enough people and housing and food coming in to support them. Which means our focus is going to be on a couple of things. One, I'm going to pull up a bunch of tooltips. You come over here, please. And there's the event log. Cool. So these just provide us with a bunch of different information. Up here in the corner, we got our obviously town's name. This indicates the number of people who are homeless, which in this case is everyone. This is the season that we're in. There's early, regular, and late of each of the 4 seasons. And oddly enough, each season is a year of a person's life. I'm not sure quite why they did it like that. I guess it's so that you don't age people and take forever for people to die off. Which is fine. That's good. Here we've got population figures. So up here we've got the number of adults, number of students, which obviously is none because we don't have any schools yet, and children. Over here we've got the current weather and temperature. Temperature is set to Fahrenheit. And then here, various levels of resources. So wood, stored logs, firewood, which is important to keep houses warm so people don't get sick and die. Amount of currently stored food. Currently stored stone, currently stored coal, currently stored medicine, currently stored iron, currently stored tools, currently stored clothing, and currently stored booze. And this here is the health of the citizens, this here is the happiness of the citizens, as you can see from the little tooltips popping up. Over here is the professions that we currently have available. So we can like adjust things here, like say we need a builder. Like laborers is your generic, like your worker pool. And so if I go, hey, I want like 4 builders, I can click that, and then I want some farmers, and then I want some hunters, or whatever. You can play around with it over here, which you will see me doing throughout the course of the game, and I will invariably X out of these because I'm like, oh, there's crap in the screen, I'll get rid of it, and then I'll be sad and have to open it again. Okay, so in looking at where we are, I think one of the things about this game is it does kind of follow a very sensible form of, like, you're in a new place, kind of colonize it feel to it. And so what I'm going to do is, first of all, find this area up here. And I want all the stone removed from this area. Then I want all the iron removed from the same area. And the reason I'm doing this is because what I'm going to do is slap down a Forester's Lodge up here. Forester's Lodge basically grows trees, which is incredibly vital and necessary in order to have one wood to use, which you're going to need a crap ton of, but also to improve the effectiveness of gatherer's huts. A gatherer's hut is obviously a building which provides various amounts of food. Let's see if we can find some around here. Like here, I get mushrooms, some here. See that right there, mushroom there. There's should be like various other little shrubs and plants. All I'm seeing is the mushrooms at the moment. But there's other stuff in here as well. Roots and berries and all sorts of stuff. So that is what, yeah, see, there's a thing. If you can, it's hiding behind the tree here, but there's a little green thing over there. There it is. So it provides those in a moderately effective way. And actually, at the early game, they're really, really powerful in terms of having enough, or providing an initial amount of food. And you can survive on that for a couple of years if you need to. If you keep the forests up and don't, deforest the area, because the amount of like undergrowth stuff is dependent on the amount of big, tall trees and things like that. Herpeter. So also you might notice I grabbed a house. You got a couple housing options here: wooden house, stone house, which is way too expensive for us to even consider building at the moment. We're going to build a lot of wooden houses, probably upgrade them a little bit later on. The boarding house, which is this. Boarding house is just like temporary storage for people. Houses, people will pair off into little mating pairs, so the man and woman love each other very much, etc. And they'll go off and do start a family at one of the houses. If you do not have enough houses, they'll just live with mom and dad ad infinitum, and they won't reproduce. So it's a balance of growing the population at a steady rate, but also being careful not to have a population boom you can't support, or to let people get too old and die off, and then you have no one in your town. There is no combat in this game. Your fight, the story of your fight is not man versus man, it's man versus nature. So, we got that going. We are going to need some trees. What I'm going to do is I'm just going to clear this stretch down in this area of trees. So, oops, skip that. It's a pretty big swath. Cut that too. Excellent. And then we're gonna need houses. Here we go. Put one there, one there, one there, and one there. I find that around 5 houses at the start gives you good enough. And also the houses where you put them, people do have to walk to work, and so like if I had, I don't know, like something way over here, like I had a mine in this mountain or whatever, and my entire city was just concentrated here, then those people would have to work, and they'd, at that distance, probably spend a decent amount of the time running to the thing, doing nothing for a while, or trying to mine for like, I don't know, a minute, or if that, and then running back here to get food from their house. So you do have to kind of keep in mind, like, industries are local. It's not like if you've ever played Zeus, or if you've ever played Caesar, any of the games in that series, where you just like have people and like them going to work is an abstract. As long as you have enough people in the town, there's enough jobs, and then you're fine. Or SimCity or something like that. But for this, it really is kind of like location dependent as well. This little tooltip here, since I've just been clicking on things, indicates different levels of construction. So we need to have no crap in the way, which in this case there isn't, but like over here we have to remove 6 things, whether it's rocks or plants or whatever. Amount of wood it takes, the amount of stone it takes, sometimes there'll be an iron requirement or another requirement here, and then obviously the build time, the amount of build that has to be put into it. So, with that in mind, I'm also going to chuck down a few fisheries here, because we're going to need some food. So put that there. Interpreter. Oh, come on. Oop, wrong way. Arr! Can't get that one to fit. This one over here, though, should be just fine. I guess I'll just settle for that one being there. Cool. So I'm gonna now that I've got these built, I've just kind of been laying these out. You can pause the construction. People won't bring resources to it or whatever. So I'm going to use that to kind of prioritize the other stuff. So at the moment, I'm going to set 4 people to building. The rest will be laborers. One thing we are also going to have to get up and running fairly quickly, which I should just probably throw down, is woodcutting. To give us firewood for the winter times. There we go. Cool. So we'll leave that there, and I'll put that on pause for the moment. So let's flip time. Let's set it to 5. 5 is generally a good pace. Actually, I could probably do 10 for the moment while people get this initial stuff out of the way. Yeah, see, they're going out and they're bringing all the resources back and getting a house built here. Doo-be-doo. Another house built. I'm going to say, guys, as important as that is, it allows me to show off another thing. These are all sorts of different tools and tips and things you can do like that as well. Obviously, I've got a bunch of things pulled up here. This thing is a massively useful little guy, increased priority, which means you can go, hey, guys, the orders that I gave you over in this area, these are the ones that you need to be focusing on at the moment. So we're going to do that. We're going to let them finish that house, but we're going to focus them up there. That's where our food production is. We need to get that going as soon as possible. Mine up that iron. Not that we need the iron, but we do need it out of the way so we can grow trees. What are we low on? Firewood. Let's take you off pause then. Yeah, see? This is why you don't do that. And what happens is, like, that's the total amount of food in storage. What happens is, when people build houses, they go to the little food barn and they grab a bunch of food and shove it in their house. So they've got, you know, a bunch of food. A bunch of the food that we did have available has now been put into this. This house has got a little snowflake because it's cold, because it doesn't have any firewood. So now they're clearing this stuff so that can be built. Let's get firewood up and going here. Okay, cool. So now we've got one of the fisheries built. So I'm going to dump 2 guys in there as fishermen. Down here, someone has become an adult. A person becomes an adult at the age of 10. And if you have a school, I think they go to school for, I forget how many years off the top of my head. They go to school for X number of years once they become 10, and then they become an educated laborer who is just better at working at whatever. So they grow food faster, they harvest fish faster, or whatever. These out of the way. Cool. These are out of the way over there. That's good. Yes, I know our log is pretty slow. We're getting there. We're getting set up. We're going to be getting a lot of, hey, you don't have enough crap information for a little while, at least. Cool. And then we'll throw 1 person in the woodcutter, and they will provide firewood. So they will come grab logs out of here and chop them into firewood. Okay, look at them go. That's a lady. You got a lady woodcutter. What is your name? Caden. Good for you, Caden. We're very proud of you. We got our little fisheria built there. We got our stray house over here. No firewood. Getting that stuff out of the way. See, you got some children being born here. Let's poke our heads in here. Got Oswaldo there. Got... Oh no, there's 2 Oswaldos. I guess he's the new Oswaldo. You can't, excuse me. far as I can tell, you can't rename people, which I find sad. I want to rename the other one Oswaldo 2, or Oswald, or something like that. And then barrel here. Let's increase this priority. You might have noticed as well that I have not really put the emphasis initially on farming here. Reason for that being is farming, to be effective, is pretty manpower intensive. And I don't really want to invest that because we do have a relatively limited amount of manpower. This first generation of children probably is going to go into the workforce without necessarily being educated. Cool, getting our gatherer's hut there. Let's dump 2 people into being gatherers. We need this forester's hut completed, but we don't have any wood for it. But, got this whole area is needing to be cleared. So drop down the number of builders. It's only recommending we have 2. And really 2 builders is, at this stage, all you need. Now we've got that initial expansion set up. 3 more timbers there. Oops. Let's hit autumn. We don't have any food stored, but the good thing about gatherers and the good thing about fishing docks is that they do continue to work through the winter, so you're not dependent on seasons that might come along and just kill off all your crops. So, you know, that's nice. Herbider. I'm also going to throw down a hunting cabin out here on this side. There we go. I'm going to slap a house down next to it. Got a good reserve of that. We got some stored food there. Got our forester's hut being built. I'm going to put 2 foresters on duty. Our builders have decided to leave, I suppose. Our storage is completely filled up. Because we've pulled a lot of that stuff off the ground so we can get the trees going. But unfortunately, it all goes in here and then clogs it up. So yeah, we're getting a lot of intel here. So someone has come of age. You see here, they're using the firewood to keep the houses warm. Wood houses use significantly more firewood than the and their stone house counterparts. Stone houses hold the heat better. So these guys burn through firewood reasonably quickly. Not like it's, you know, overly so, but they do use it a little bit quicker. Yeah, I'm aware, because we're filling it up with other crap. Let's do something here to alleviate that. Let's throw in a mine, because that'll take a lot of stone out of our hands. Oh, I want it to fit here, but it won't. Mines have to be like half in a mountain and half not. So it's a matter of finding a place that will accommodate the mine. Oh, for God's sake. This mountain, man. Come on. Work! Find a spot. Oh, I think I saw one there. Maybe? No, it's not. Oh, yeah, there we go. Okay, we'll have the builders build that. which is going to eat into our timber reserves, but it's going to also pull a lot of the stone out of the way. So we can do that. This thing will get filled up with iron quickly, because we got a bunch of iron up here that they've been pulling as well. Another gather. And we've survived our first winter. Hooray! Not a lot of food in storage to speak of, but no one is whining about not having food yet. Everyone's provided for here. And let's prioritize up this way. There it is. Nope. I want you. Oops. Let's increase that priority. All of these logs we got here, but we got our stockpile all jammed up. I suppose I could just build another stockpile. Let's do that. Herbivore. Okay. So, let's see, that's 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 tall. 4 wide. Yes. Yeah, let's put another one there like that. So they can clear this stuff out of the way so they can actually build what they need to build. We got our forester here. You notice there's saplings that they've planted so they can grow into healthy plants. We'll take off the cutting option. We want this area just to be nice and beefy. Okay. This indication here means that this particular resource has hit the limit of storage for it, or the amount of it that we want to produce. You see here we got 204 stored firewood, and the limit is 200. So that person's job is for the moment canceled. So while they are still earmarked as a woodcutter, they join the laborer pool and doing just kind of menial crap around town. I think what also I'm going to throw in here is a blacksmith. Put you down like that. To create tools for us. As you see here, we got clothes and tools. We need to get the hunter's thingy up here squared. So we start pulling in leather. I'm going to throw in another hunter's as well. Hunting cabin, we'll put you over here. And we'll keep you in line with the rest of them. There we go. Excuse me. Oh, our health is dropping. 4 is still good though. If we start getting around, the halfway point, then we'll need to have some concerns. Want to put 2 hunters in there. This is going to be kind of our core industry area. We're going to expand this way a little bit. Eventually, I'm going to move this production to the other side of the river here. So we'll have like one here, and then one down here, and then maybe another one down here. Ferrying out one as a dedicated just tree grower, so we can just clear cut it every couple years for a boatload of wood. Yeah, so you got little things here growing. You got some deers, some plants and things like that. Onions. What are you whining at me about? Stone reserves, okay. That's good to know. So let's, collect some stone here. A bunch of it lying on the ground, let's pick it up. Figure this out. Come on, there we go. Yeah, there we go. Got our gather operating at full efficiency. Let's see how much. Okay, so they're pulling in a decent amount of food. See that there, and our gatherer. Just want to show you, like, that is just a ridiculously large amount of food. That's upwards of 1,000, which is pretty good for the man hours. Again, farming is more. It's very high yield, but it's also requires a pretty good amount of manpower as well. So we're just gonna get this mine built, but we're not actually gonna do anything with it yet. I just wanted it there and available. Cool. Get our mine there. And getting a blacksmith. Let's do something here. I want to put the houses down. I'm going to pause their construction. So I just want the, for the sake of building planning, you know, city ordinances and whatnot, zoning laws. Want that there, and then herpeter. That's. What's I'm gonna put in? Oh, Taylor. To make clothing. You there. Excellent. And yeah, we're gonna let you get built. Just gonna pause those houses so we can build them at our leisure. Clear cut this section as well, which we are going to do. Like so. Like so. Up the hunter count by 2 because that's going to come online here in a second. Got our blacksmith built, so we're going to start doing that, and that blacksmith is going to start producing tools. Citizens without tools are phenomenally ineffective. Like, their efficiency drops by, like, I want to say like half, just because it's a round number, because I don't actually know the number, but it takes a number of people to do the same job. So, get a blacksmith up and running here. My first game, I didn't realize that tools really were a thing or what they were good for. And then my city ground to a halt because everyone couldn't do anything and it was awful. So there we go. So, hunter camps. Let's pull up the one that's actually running. Hunting camps, that's a house. Hunting camps, there we go. I'll get it right eventually. They pull in venison, obviously food, and they also pull in an amount of leather. Leather is used to make jackets. If we get some sheep eventually here, we can make better jackets by combining the leather with the wool, kind of giving it an insulated lining, which is good. Okay, so we got 21 adults, 6 children. I think food stocks look like they're growing, but I'm not sure. I think what I'm going to want to do here is one... Yeah, I know our stocks of everything are low. I'm aware. Thank you, game. I'm going to start putting roads in. Roads essentially speed the blacksmiths of your villagers as they go about their daily tasks and whatnot. Let's put you like that. I'm going to put you as the main road, so you're going to double wide. You know, some of the stuff you do in this is for aesthetic purposes. Just makes things look nice. And you go there. Excellent. We're going to want to put a well here, somewhere over here as well. You know, because fires happen. Put another builder. Those builders build all those roads. Yeah, you go, those guys. Let's pause this for a second. Extend this road like that. And see if I can bridge. Yeah, bridge there. Excellent. So we'll do that. But first, let's get rid of this bizarre road here. Let's do it like that. Ta-da! There we go. Because all this stuff's going to get clear-cut anyway. But I want this bridge because I want to start investing in gatherers' huts and kind of spur satellite areas over here. Because this isn't really going to... I want to expand the town on this main kind of area between, like, we can have like some fishing up here, some fishing on this side of it as well, have some other stuff going on over here, industry and whatnot, but then also, oops, it paused, didn't even realize it, we are going to need the kind of natural side as well, so we're going to explore over there to get that up and running. Stuff. Are they? No. Out, I guess. What are we missing? We're missing logs. Clear those logs. You got a whole bunch of trees that ordered you to deforest. I think for the moment, though. Well, no, because I'm getting that bridge built. I don't need to build a thing over here yet. Drop these trees, guys. Come on. I have to prioritize it. There. Priority. That's where you need to be. This guy will build tools up to 50, which for our starting amount is a good amount to begin with. Woodcutter's trying to keep us in timber there, so we're getting a lot of it.